Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another GosuCup America. This is the quarterfinals between Area 51 Gaming House, apparently, and Fnatic RC North America. I'm Maut, bringing you another game on Neo Dota, and with me today is Owen. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and the proving crowd just tuning in. Welcome to NA Dota scene, I guess.
Yes, this is a matchup between a North American well-known team. As you can see, they've got a sponsor here, the North American thing right there, versus the South American Peru Gaming Area 51. Thanks for joining us, guys. It looks to be exciting, and yeah, this is going to be a good game. I'm pretty
Yeah, we
excited
actually
about
did
it.
follow Fnatic RC from the last game where they took out Mix.
Rather handily, actually.
Yeah.
And well, that's been the story of Fnatic. I mean, you followed him since the last game. Please, I followed them since all yesterday. It's like it's Fnatic all day essentially.
Yeah.
I'm the Fnatic caster
You're
apparently. And
Fnatic.
oh, the puns
God.
are so very good. Man, that was the most clever thing I've heard. And then again, enough puns though. Right now, we're gonna get into the ban phase real quick. Batrider banned out on the side of Area 51. They've got another one coming up. Bounty Hunter and Magnus this time around. So once again, Undying Jakiro still available. The Templar Assassin, the Sven, a lot of heroes that you see all the time. Of course, it is different because with 3.74, it was the three bans for the first ban phase. Now it's only the two. Area 51 using the 128 left of their reserve time right now, and they're going to think about what they want to ban next. Not sure how they. I don't know how much each team knows about each other, but I think Fnatic probably feels rather confident whoever they're playing.
Yeah, definitely. We see that Fnatic again banning out Magnus, not wanting to deal with his immense power with his ult and all the other spells.
I love Magnus, man. I gotta say, I really love him. Like, I
He's
wish I
hard
could
to
play
deal
him
with.
better. I
He's
just
hard to play against, rather.
I mean, that reverse polarity is actually just really easy to hit, surprisingly. So, like, even if you get like three, you've done a good job. Honestly, it's the follow up that you need to do with it. But he's team fight central, honestly,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
with Empower, going to the, like any hero, well, melee hero really, it's just crazy. Templar Assassin once again picked up by Fnatic. Not surprisingly, looks like Whitebeard will probably be on that once again. And they're on Radiant again, so this might be a carbon copy of the previous game. But of course, we've got a lot of picks to go through real quick. So,
I want to see if the Dire is that the Dire Area 51 will pick anything to counter TA. Because last time we saw that no heroes were really picked to counter TA. I mean, Quap was picked for Fnatic side, so I guess Mix didn't have that choice. So we'll see what happens this time.
yeah, I mean there are plenty of counters available for Templar Assassin still, of course, because the ban phase has not gone on just yet. There's the Venomancer, of course, you can pick up is pretty standard. Of course, not going to be sent mid though. Usually, same with the Leshrac, not going to be sent mid. But there's two soft counters. Jakir will be the pickup on the side of Area 51. Will they follow it up with an Undying or maybe a Sven? We'll see in just a moment. Maybe even a Kodal. We're starting to get into the meta game a little bit, and so after casting a bunch of games recently, I've started seeing trends, with heroes. There's still
Yeah.
the unusual pickups here and there for the beginning stages of the pick ban phase, but for the most part, starting to see the trends picking up just a little bit.
Yeah, what's interesting here is that Area 51 isn't in the NA scene, so I'm hoping to see some interesting picks from them that's like maybe South America exclusive, but for now it's somewhat regular with the Jakiro pickup.
They're taking a lot of time, man. They're gonna run out of reserve time in random in a second if they don't get their crap together. I don't think there's a remake. Rubik will be the next pickup, another hero that's surprisingly, uh, well, not surprisingly, I should say, picked up often. Usually played as that support role, never really played as the mid role anymore, which is sad because I love seeing Rubik mid. Uh, he's a really really fun hero, one of my favorites. Spell steal's crazy. So now Fnatic has to be a little careful. They can't really. I think they'll be okay even if they do give away some team fights, but they don't want to go all team fight. But that's not their style of play anyway. So they've got two pickups here. I'm sure they can pick up Undying, they can pick up the Kodal. They've got free reign over what they want to pick up. I mean, Rubik and Jakiro are nice, but that's essentially a tri lane for you already. So that like okay, well we'll just counter it, which is what we talked about in the last game, right?
Yeah.
So next two pickups are going to happen in just a freaking moment from the side of Fnatic.
Yeah,
Always
I
love
really
big
like playing
entries.
Rubik. I mean, you cast in one of the games where I played Rubik, and I mean he's such a dominating force where he restricts. He'll in this game we'll see that he'll probably restrict a lot of the spell use from Fnatic. I mean they don't want to give him anything really good, but then again they have to use those skills to win certain team fights and scenarios.
Absolutely. And here's what I'm thinking, and this is a good point where you say that they don't want to give too much up. If they pick on Undying here, Tombstone could be troublesome. Stormhammer even from Sven, and we're Warcry. So, those are some good spells to steal. I don't know if they're going to pick up the Undying. In fact, they will. They're not afraid of the Rubik stealing that Tombstone or whatever. I think right now the
The
most
the
scary
thing is
spell.
the thing is they Valve fixed it where Undying's Tombstone, if Rubik puts one down, zombies don't spawn off each other. There's
Right.
gonna be a lot less zombies now, so it's not as
It's
scary
not as
as it used to
chaotic,
be.
and yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Which was before kind of a clusterfuck, if you will. That being
Mhm.
said, though, I think the strongest spell he can steal right now is probably Sven's Stormhammer, just because it does so much damage early on. But the thing is, he does have to get level 6 to get that spell steal up. Tombstone would probably be the second best in my opinion, and I don't know if
I'm
you really want.
thinking I
Reflection's
mean,
probably pretty
I'm
good
thinking
too.
when I play Rubik against a TA, I love stealing Mel
Oh,
because
traps,
people
traps too.
just so yeah, Mel traps too. I mean, all of her spells are just so good, but when you steal Mel, no one really expects Rubik to do damage, and all of a sudden he whips out and crits you for like 300.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of forgot about TA for a second, and now the TA trap's going to be going on the both sides is kind of scary. Kodal will be picked up by Area 51, so it looks like they're going to send Jakiro, unless they send Rubik mid, which I don't think will happen. They're going to send Jakiro Rubik into a tri lane and then Keeper of the Light into the off lane. But this is not set in stone just yet. They do have, of course, a bunch of picks left, and we'll have to see if they do decide to send Rubik mid or if they pick somebody else up. Nates will be the ban out here from Fnatic, which is interesting. They've been banning him out a lot recently, which is sort of surprising, but Nyx has been played a lot. Get that early Midas up on him, and he's really strong. In fact, yesterday, Fnatic played a game where Fluff was standing in for Smurf, I believe it was, Fluff and
Yeah,
stuff from Complexity, and he played a Nyx, and he had an 11-minute basher with like a 5-minute mice. It was probably the most
yeah,
ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
yeah. The other reason they banned out Nax is here because Undying is pretty much hard countered by Nax if Nax is played right. Like he doesn't really get affected by the zombies, and the Tombstone just goes extremely fast to Nax's hands.
Yeah, and that's a lot of gold that you don't want to really give up. I mean, it's like
Mhm.
100 for the Tombstone, I think, right? Something like
It's
that.
not only that if Nax takes down the Tombstone, the fight is just
Yeah, the
gonna
fight's
go
done pretty
hugely
much,
in the other
yeah.
team's favor.
But still, the 100 gold, man, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah, it's like a free Midas every time you kill Tombstone.
Yep. Yep. Wisp going to be the ban out on the side of Area 51, and then we have the ban for the CK this time around. So, and this is something you see a lot. I actually saw Wisp played mid. I don't know what game it was, but it was recently, and it was last night I think, and it was one of the best things I've seen in a while. Like he was able to just teleport in, and his spirits did so much damage, which was surprising to me. Because you think about spirits, and at level 1, yeah, they don't do much, but at level 4, man, he was nuking like crazy, and he was doing a ton of damage. But we're going to get in the final bans here. Enigma on the side of Area 51. Quap will once again be banned out on the side of Fnatic instead of picked. So one more ban coming on the side of Area 51, and they have 3 seconds of reserve time, so they really can't afford to take much longer. In fact, they're going to ban out the Rasta, and now it's Fnatic's turn to pick.
Yeah, what do you think Fnatic needs here to finish up their lineup to just make it completely perfect like last game?
Well, they could certainly use an offlaner right now, but I don't know how many are available in the pool. Windrunner is something that the old reliable Windrunner, but you can also send Undying in the off lane. They also need another support to finish off a tri lane here as well. I'm thinking somebody like Leshrac, because you do have that setup stun with Sven into a split earth, could be very strong, and then pushing that tower early on might be helpful as well. Um, they could
Honestly, I'm
use.
really interested to see a Panda pickup, but we do see a Lina pickup. The reason I say Panda is because DS is banned, so there's not much that they can do against the Panda in a solo lane, and Panda just does really, really well while Tombstone is up. He completely destroys team fights.
Absolutely. And I mean, he's a really frustrating hero to deal with in the first
Yeah.
place. So, and Naga Siren pick up from Area 51 right now. So, this is the tri lane that we see so often be very scary. It's probably going to be Jakiro, Keeper of the Light, and Naga Siren. I would be very surprised to see Keeper of the Light go in a different lane than Naga Siren, because you get that in Snare Up, and that's essentially a free Illuminate. And it's a lot of damage. So, Rubik will probably be mid. And I want to go back and I want to talk about Lena real quick, because I was talking with somebody on C9 last night about how I guess the edict. No one wants to be able to No one wants to have the cast animation for edict on Lightstrike anymore, which is why people pick Lena now, because it's the same stun essentially with Lightstrike Array, but more nuke damage essentially.
Yeah, definitely. The thing that I see with the problem with Area 51 right now is that all the heroes are so squishy. I mean, you can see all the strength on the Fnatic side. I mean, they have Sven Undying who heals insane amounts. I mean, they do have the damage output that they want, but I just really see them melting in teamfights, especially if they're grouped up for Sven Stun and Tombstone.
Absolutely, and that's a good point because Undying and Sven are heroes that generally like to stay alive a little bit longer than you think they might actually be able to survive in team fights. So it's going to be difficult for Area 51, given an even 5-on-5 team fight, to really take the edge. I think, despite the amount of damage that they can deal, I think Undying with Decay makes him very difficult to kill. Tombstone will cause chaos, things of that nature. Puck is the final pickup from Fnatic right now, and this looks to be an offlane Puck, I believe, and that's really interesting. Something that you don't see too often, but is a lot of fun when you do see it.
Puck has been played a lot more recently because I think KZZ was one of the players who showcased his abilities as a Puck player in the NA Dota scene in C9 especially and in matchmaking.
Absolutely, yeah. I've heard legendary comments about KZZ's Puck. I've yet to see it
Legendary.
though.
Yeah,
But
so now we are just waiting on the last pick from Area 51 side.
absolutely, and they've only got a few seconds left, 3 and then 3 in reserve time. So they need to think of something quick here. They need a mid hero. It's gonna be Broodmother. Interesting. So maybe not a mid hero. Excuse me, because Rubik's gonna mid. Broodmother's gonna be offlane. I apologize for that mistake. So we're gonna get into the game here real quick, and I'm gonna make sure that my overlay is good. Don't you even worry about it, my friend. In fact, I'm gonna switch it up right now because I don't want to have to deal with it.
Yep.
And
Alright.
excellent.
Just
Once
going through the
again,
lineup, of course, we have Whitest, Beardist again on TA. We do have Fnatic, RC, Rolo on Lena, Derp on Undying, Tobacco as a Puck player, and Smurf Dota as a usual carry player on Sven. Gillick Have Fun is called out.
absolutely, these guys pretty well mannered here. On the side of Area 51, we have Peru Gaming. On the side of Rubik, we will have the Nanda Oshi on the Naga Siren. That's an interesting name. Shoko on the Broodmother heading bottom right now. We see ZND Zendrils. Is that an L? I don't know. Zendriz, maybe? Something like that. On the side of the Chikiro. Man, how did you give me the hard names? Kalia will be on the Keeper of the Light, and that's going to round it out for the side of Area 51. Once again, thanks for joining us. This is Neo Dota. This is GosuCup America. This is the quarterfinals. I'm Maut. This is Own. And we're really excited. Thanks for all the Peruvian viewers to watching right now. Shoko looking like he might get initiated on here, actually. Whitebeard showing himself just a little too early. 5-man Dota happening early on for Fnatic down here in this jungle real quick, and they're looking for an initiation. They're not going to find it. Pings are going to come out, but they're just going to stare at each other, keep backing off, keep moving forward, and look for something, but it's not going to happen. In fact, actually,
Yeah.
pinging on Shoko now, he's going to get his trees down. They really didn't want that to happen. It looks like that's what they were trying to block, but unfortunately, the trees do go down, and Shoko gets his web, so he's a little bit safer here.
We do see that in the chat. We see a lot of patriotism coming up for the Peru. And I think Whitebeard said something like America. So yeah, shout out to all the Peru fans. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this will be a fun game, and we hope to make your night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. And already we're going to see, like we thought, Rubik will head mid. It's going to be tri-lane with Chikiro, with the Kodal, and the Naga Siren up top. Bottom lane will be solo Broodmother against that Puck. Meanwhile, mid is going to be Templar Assassin, again played by Whitebeard. Rolo will be heading top with the side of Smurf and Derp, and that's going to be a relatively strong tri-lane and scary one as well, even in an aggressive fashion. So we'll have to check that out, and the game just starting right now. Once again, if you want to follow us, we're at Dota2 on Twitter and at Owen, or Dota2 Owen, excuse me. It's Dota2, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. See this ward placement here by the Dire side. Nice little lane ward there, and might try to counter ward that in just a moment. Not a whole lot of aggression going on, but once again, it's only 43 seconds into the game. Now, you say Kodal rapes. Do you think that they can rape this hard enough to win this lane?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, it's so hard being an aggressive tri-lane against Kodal. Like, if you try to push up, all the creeps are dead. What are you going to do? Like, can you dive the tower? No, of course not. At this point, like, as long as Kodal doesn't miss Illuminates and doesn't really fuck up too hard, it should be pretty easy. I mean, Naga might be missing a lot of farm here, but she's going to catch up when the wave comes to the tower.
Yeah, and she'll be able to just sit under that tower and try to get a few creeps. But again, the pull is happening right now, so she can't really get close without Smurf maybe trying to right-click her. She will get some farm now, though, missing a few last hits. Like you said, she actually right now has 0 last hits, but that's okay. 2 on the side of Smurf right now. Meanwhile, mid, a little bit of aggression going on, and we actually see Whitebeard taking a bit of damage from this Rubik, who's been playing really well, apparently. He only has 4 last hits, from the Templar Assassin has 6. Meanwhile, top lane, there's an Ice Path flying off onto Rolo right now, just doing a little bit of harass there. Nando Shi was looking for something as well, but maybe not. So
yeah, as soon as Jakiro and Kodal hit level 3, I'm gonna probably see a lot of aggression from them.
they do have to be careful. If there's anybody that can turn it around, it's definitely Derp on this Undying. With the decay early on, can do a lot of damage, can stay alive pretty well. And Rolo, he's really squishy, but he's Rolo. So I mean, this is Fnatic we're talking about. Of course, you know, we're a little biased here. We haven't seen Area 51 play yet, and I'm looking to see what they can do. And they're just going to try to zone him out here a little bit. Illuminate going to fly, and just going to do a little bit of pushback there. Sentry Ward down to the bottom lane. Tobacco looking for a kill, perhaps. No, just trying to get some last hits and make sure that he's got vision of that lane.
The problem I see right now is that Naga only has 1 or 2 last hits, while Sven's just free farming almost with 10 last hits at 2 minutes.
Well, I want to see, does she have a Quelling Blade? No, she doesn't, actually.
No, it's going to be a lot harder for her.
Yeah, I mean, that base damage nerf kind of screwed her over a little bit, you know, in terms of farming early on, unless you get that Quelling Blade, which you really don't want to spend money on. I mean, you do, but, you know, to get the last hits, but at the same time, it's just like, well, you could be spending
it's something
on
like a decision you have to make while Sven is just farming so well right now. I mean, he's going to be scary late game if he continues on his pace.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he's already got 14 last hits at 3 minutes in the game. You can get 50 and 10. That's generally the goal that we see pro players try to accomplish, and some even better than that. But, I mean, we'll see what he tries to turn it into. It's a little early to decide. Derp here in the jungle along with Rolo, looking for something maybe. Just going to check the other lanes real quick. Nothing happening. Peru getting his bottle mid lane. Nothing for the TA just yet. And they're looking for a dive top lane, it looks like. It looks like they want to do the wraparound, the old wraparound, which they've tried many times before. And now they're going to abort that mission. They realize that the towers are being pushed back out, and they're going to take a few more last hits here for Smurf. So good decision there. Not going to look for any early aggression just yet, but they will try something here in a moment. Illuminate flying out, just going to miss, actually hitting Derp a little bit.
I mean, they aborted the mission because that catapult is just too strong, and it clearly scattered them.
Abort, the catapult's here. The siege creep, no, it hurts. It's actually hitting from afar right now. Smurf with 17 right now. Tobacco in the bottom lane doing really well against the Broodmother, which is not surprising because of the melee-ness of Shoko. And he's actually getting harassed a little bit by Tobacco, and of course on that public illusory orb, it's a little bit easier to farm. Spiderlings, though, also a nice way to farm. Heading top is Peru right now, but there's vision here, so they're going to see this gank coming right now, so they're actually going to back off to the tower, it looks like. Actually, the creep wave's being pushed out, so regardless. Actually, Peru is heading back around mid. I'm not sure what he was trying to accomplish there. I guess he just didn't want to get initiated by Whitebeard. Smart play there.
Yeah, thank you to all our viewers. We have 256 now, so I'd like to congratulate you, Maut.
Hey, man, it's Peru. I mean, it's all those Peru fans. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know you guys really support your Dota down there, and I really appreciate that, so thanks for watching. Ward's still in the lanes right now here, so they will spot out anytime that Fnatic tries to head into the jungle. It looks like we do see a courier actually in a bad position right now. Might get caught out here unless they micro it away. They're actually going to keep it there. They actually want to counter ward this real quick. Smurf is actually going to pause real quick, and we're going to get a pause. In the meantime, I want to check the ping here. I want to make sure everything's going well for both teams. Highest ping is actually 314 from a viewer that's not actually playing the game, so that's okay. Everyone else right about 160 here. I'm actually at 104 despite the fact that I'm streaming, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, if we look at the last hits and denies again, just like last game, we see that the Radiant side is dominating. Fnatic RC just knows how to last hit well, I guess.
I mean, and they should. They're a pro team. They have a sponsor here. They've played well with each other for a long time, and so actually they're going to try to contest this pull. As you can see, they're looking for some last hits, and Smurf will take one right now. I do want to keep up on Peru here because knowing Whitebeard, he can go for an early first blood. Meanwhile, actually seeing initiation up top, Tombstone was actually popped here by the side of Derp. There's an Ice Path onto two, nice there, but no follow-up. Illuminate was just used. It's actually off cooldown now, so it can be used again. Nandi is here with Ensnare, but they're actually going to kill the Tombstone. Actually, the Tombstone will go down before they're able to kill it. So they took the creep wave, I think, and the pull there, and so Fnatic getting even more last hits. 26 on the Sven, 27 on Tobacco down to the bottom lane, and 24 for the Tempo Assassin. Here we see an initiation top lane. There's going to be a Light Strike Array, going to do some damage. Smurf in some trouble. Ice Path barely missing. Will they be able to follow it up? Smurf is so low. He's going to salve up, maybe look to turn this around. He's actually going to pop a Warcry right now. Rolo taking a lot of damage. There's Illuminate. There's the Dual Breath as well. Rolo's in some trouble. First blood will go to the Chikiro, so nice job there. Here comes Smurf on the backside, looking for something. He cannot get any stun off. The Ensnare going to fly as well. Smurf in some trouble right now. Decay going up onto the Chikiro right now. Any help is going to come in. No, it doesn't look like it. Here comes Whitebeard, actually, looking for a kill on Nandioshi. Looking for a meld. Has enough mana, will do so, but not so tanky. There's the Stormhammer going in as well. Telekinesis, Peru is actually rotated up as well. Whitebeard might take a fall as well. There's the Sentry. They want to make sure they get the kill, and they do. Rubik getting it that time around. Derp has to back off. Pretty low health right now. Nice meld steal from Peru, doing a lot of damage. And he's going to try to Soul Whip and decay his way back, but the Fade Bolt will get the kill, and that's a double kill. It's 3-0, and A51 doing something we haven't seen this entire tournament against Fnatic, and actually winning a team fight outright and getting a nice position for themselves.
Yeah, I think that extra armor from the Ring of Basilius on Naga completely shut down TA's damage on her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just didn't do nearly enough damage. I mean, the Stormhammer came in and did some damage, but the right clicks from TA just wasn't enough. So nice pick up there. Meanwhile, Rolo actually heading mid, going to look for a kill on Peru. He's going to get slowed here. Another pause will happen. That's sort of unfortunate pause. Peru's got to think what he wants to do.
I think they might still get it. As long as Rolo hits the stun, the melt damage should be enough to kill Peru Gaming.
And we'll see.
Rubik, the thing is, the pause might give enough time for Rubik to telekinesis Rolo before he can get the stun off, which would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, so sort of bad position for them to pause in. Of course, we do get some internet issues from time to time, and it looks like the Naga Siren did have to DC out. So we'll wait for the delay. These things happen in an online tournament, guys. I apologize, and wait for just a second. So 3-0 right now, actually, at 7 minutes of the game. I mean, the last hits were going the way of Fnatic, but the experience actually now going in favor of A51. Gold's about even, so those 3 kills, while they're a big deal, Fnatic's definitely not in panic position just yet. Likewise, if you're on the side of A51, you're feeling confident, but you have to keep playing this way in order to secure a victory.
Honestly, what I see here is that as long as Radiant keeps their Sven farmed and they shut down Broodmother and Naga, it's going to be pretty easy for them to obliterate the other team late game, but they have to get there first, which is being the hard part.
Yeah, that is true. And of course, the Sven did not die in that last fight. He's actually got treads already for him. So his farm's going well, and him not dying in that last fight is pretty critical, although they did lose 3. It was not him. Meanwhile, bottom lane, when Tobacco starts rotating into team fights, that'll also be interesting to note. Not sure what he's going to go for as far as items are concerned. We might see the same thing where he goes for Hexstick early on, like he did with that Queen of Pain. We'll have to see. He is level 7, so he is pretty high in level. So is the Broodmother as well. Brood probably going to go for an Orchid, and not sure yet, though, because, you know, no real items are being built just yet for these guys. And this pause is a long one.
That's all right, man. We got to give the players as much time as we can. Naga's clearly DC'd, so... Oh, well. Not anymore. I lied.
She just came back. I looked at the ping as soon as she came back, and it's actually... It was really high for just a second. Now it's at 236. It was at actually 900 a minute ago, but now it's at 236, so...
All right.
And yeah, internet issues do happen, unfortunately. Not everyone has like T3 or Verizon Fios or whatever you want to... whatever you want to freaking use. Dota comes in all sizes.
What I'm interested to see is if Whitebeard will go for Blink or BKB first this game, because looking at their team, they just have so many shutdown spells where if he gets caught out without a BKB, he might be screwed. But last game, we saw that his Blink Dagger's usage is phenomenal, so he might just go for that first, and hopefully his skill will overcome
the damage.
The damage.
Yes. Okay, now we're going. They're looking for the stun here in mid. They're actually going to miss it. Nice juke from Peru. He's going to telekinesis Whitebeard. That might save his life. And in fact, it does. They're not going to look for this. So they do miss the stun on the side of Rolo just barely. It was an excellent juke from Peru there. Nice job, just to save his life. So, I mean, missing that stun, pretty critical. And it was a good time for a pause, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that did help them out. I mean, he knew whether to go down or up.
Yeah, he didn't run into it. I mean, he had time to think about it, and it's like that's usually something that you have to think about on quick reaction, but he had a lot of time to think about that.
Yeah, I can't see Fnatic being too happy about that.
No, I'm sure, but at the same time, they're okay right now, and they'll be looking for some kills relatively soon. Of course, the Sentry Ward will spot out Turp walking through the jungle right now. And they actually have another one here close to the lane. They don't want to have a lane ward up into this top lane for the side of A51. They want to keep their lanes clear of wards, of vision, so that they have all the advantage, and in fact, Fnatic has none. We actually see a rotation bottom right now, looking for a kill on Shoko. Do they have any vision is the question. It doesn't look like there's a Sentry Ward popped in this set of trees, but Shoko's going to actually be very brave here, send his Spiderlings onto Tobacco right now. And here comes Peru actually looking for a kill, looking for a steal, and Meld damage doing a bit of damage. TP coming in, now Illusory Orb is actually going to get the kill with Templar Assassin getting the last hit. There's the Stormhammer. Shoko's in some trouble, and another double kill for the side of Whitebeard. So once again, so strong on that Templar Assassin every time. And great TP rotations coming in from the side of Fnatic, but they do leave non-Dioshi to farm up here in the top lane.
Yeah, that was a great play by Fnatic, and we do see 5 heroes bot now, so they're probably going to try to attempt to get this tower. Broodmother is still down for another 5 seconds.
It really depends on the rotations coming out on the side of Area 51. Meanwhile, top's being pressured by Nandoshi. We will see a TP coming in from the Keeper of the Light. Not that it matters. Tower's still taking a lot of damage. It's going to get fortified. Will they try to defend this? Ice Path will fly out only onto Whitebeard. He's going to continue to right-click. Still looking. Illuminate going to fly out from the side, hitting a lot. Derp taking some heavy damage. He needs to back off immediately. He cannot stay there for another second longer. If he does, he is a dead man. So he'll be fine. He should be able to get out alive. They're not going to take the tower. So nice TP rotations and defense coming in the side of Area 51. They're actually going to back off and push this back, but the tower does take some damage here. Meanwhile, top lane, Song of the Siren going to be used for the Naga Siren just to get out alive against this Templar Assassin, and that is on a long cooldown, but it doesn't really matter. Saves his life. No.
We saw what happened was when Coddle TP'd in. It's so hard to push against him. I mean, he has to be down if you want to take a tower because his Illuminate just completely destroys waves and you can't even get near the tower.
He was in a good positioning too, right on the side here, and this this ancient stack essentially, and he hit Derp right in the face with that Illuminate, and you could see he was like, okay, nope, that's enough of that, let's get out of here. Whereas if he was standing, like, let's say in the lane, he might have been able to dodge it, but that's not the case in that scenario.
Yeah, we do see Naga now finally getting some farm for herself. Everyone just kind of left her alone since Fnatic does want to try to fight now. They do have a kind of a mid-game lineup until Sven will be farmed. Shoka taking some damage now. Ice Pass will miss.
Yeah, just barely, yeah. So they're pushing his 3 down here into the bottom lane right now. They may be trying to pressure this tower. There's 2 here for the side of Fnatic. However, TPs can roam in here on the side of Smurf if need be, or whoever. Whitebeard heading back up top right now with Derp, and maybe looking for a kill on the Song of the Siren. That once again, that song is down, and we actually see a bunch of Spiderlings heading to this jungle camp just to get the farm here. There is a DD rune bottom, which is going to be taken by Peru. You see there's 2 traps here. Peru did steal the traps here, and that's going to be a big deal. Bottom is essentially empty right now. Heroes are leaving, except for Shoko. He's rotating back in. So mixing and matching the lanes pretty early on. Not a whole lot of lane staying presence. Like we don't see Smurf staying, we don't see Whitebeard staying mid right now, which is really interesting to me. I'd like imagine that Whitebeard would stay mid for a little bit longer, get some more farm, and then maybe try to push and try to fight. But instead, they're looking to switch lanes around, try different things here.
Yeah, definitely trying to be more creative play. And again, XP Graph and Bull Graph are both fairly even, so both teams kind of in the battle right now for the early game presence and the transition into like maybe a mid-game win.
Yeah, and whoever does take that mid-game will have a really favorable position. But right now, it's all about towers. It's a war of attrition. Here comes Shoko from the backside. He's actually going to pull the wave himself and just try to make it so that this tower gets pushed a little bit quicker. And Fnatic will need a TP in if they want to try to defend this, I think. In fact, a TP from the back tower from Whitebeard. He's going to head there. And this could be dangerous. Do they have vision is the question. Are there sentries here? Does Rolo have any? Tobacco actually has one on him. Shoko will back off. TP coming from Kalilia. He'll back off right now. He's actually heading top right now. So Derp does need to be careful. Mid right now, Peru is still here with a DD rune bottled up. Looks like he's going for what seems to be a null talisman. He's got a circlet on him right now. Or a bracer. I'm not sure. Probably a bracer, actually, to make him a little bit more tanky.
Yeah, but you see Broodmother jungling with her broodlings, which is really great. She's finally getting the farm that she needs. And again, she's on top right now of her team. And again, she's beating TA and Sven almost on par with Puck.
Yeah, Smurf trying to get some last hits right now. He's getting harassed a little bit by Peru. Meanwhile, top tower being pressured here. Fortification is popped, but there's no defenses just yet. Will they bring anybody in? Is just, I'm not sure. Derp trying to do his best here, just sort of trying to zone them off, but he's not getting any help right now. Templar Assassin bottom lane on Illusion Rune. TP gonna come in for Puck this time around. Will they be able to defend this is the question. We see the Mirror Illusions popped on the side of Nandoshi. They want this tower. They might be able to take it. It's very low, not in deny range just yet. Very soon, though, they're gonna try to push this creep wave back. In fact, will do so. They'll defend the tower, but it's barely alive and not in deny range. They're gonna try to keep pushing. Here comes the Illuminate to try to push them back here, but Fnatic trying to keep and hold their ground right now, so they're not budging, and Soul Rip will heal up Tobacco real quick, so they do push this back somehow, even with the Keeper of the Light illuminating. But I think A51 is going to try to reload. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to go on the side of Peru. Peru did steal Refraction. However, a lot of damage for this side of Whitebeard. Telekinesis will fly up. There's the medallion on Whitebeard. He's going to try to get the kill. There's this trap. He's going to try to TP out. Will he be able to do so? I think so. And he just barely gets out by the skin of his teeth. Meanwhile, top, Dream Coil is popped. Song of the Siren going as well for the Naga Siren. Looking to go on some heroes here. There's Mirror Illusion. Derp taking a ton of Illuminate damage. Phase Shift from Puck. He's going to try to Illusory Orb out. He will do so. Soul Rip will fly as well. Light Strike Array hitting. The zombies are going to try and do some damage here. Another nice Ice Path coming in from the Jakiro real quick. Illuminate doing so much damage. Derp continually trying to fight this. Kalila taking a ton of damage. Will the zombies get And yes, they will. Derp, though, he's very low. He needs to get out of there somehow. And Lena's actually going to get another kill here on the Nagasai. As we see Whitebeard rotating up as well. They want the kill on Jakiro. Medallion was used, and he's going to try to go into the trees. I don't know if he'll be able to TP out. Light Strike Array will miss. Whitebeard still going. Illusory Orb going to fly in. It doesn't matter. Puck actually getting that kill there. Rotation coming in. Peru is here, and we're going to see some TPs out. Meanwhile, Broodmother getting a solo kill. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. It was just a great fight for Fnatic. I mean, they all played right. They all kited well with their low HP. I mean, especially Derp, knowing when to soul rip, knowing when to back out, knowing when to come back in and use DK was just completely phenomenal for his presence.
And I mean, like, that was, like, I was surprised he was putting that presence in until I saw Whitebeard show up. I'm like, oh, that's why. Meanwhile, mid, Peru taking some damage. He did steal Refraction still, and he's actually going to telekinesis Whitebeard up. He does not have a Refraction charge for another 7 seconds, so he's not going to continually push here. In fact, just missing that meld into the Fade Bolt, so he wasn't able to juke it quite so much. Meanwhile, Broodmother will take the tower bottom, and TP coming in from Tobacco wants to get the kill there. There is a Dream Coil. Dust is popped. Shoko in some trouble. Light Strike Array missing, though. Unfortunately, there goes the Illusory Orb. Not going to hit. Will they try to chase is the question, and it doesn't look like they will. Shoko's just too fast right now, and they're not able to get the kill. They need like a spin and a combo of stuns here, and Shoko will head back into the these trees here. And in fact, we'll go on Rolo, and oh man, that Insatiable to Hunger doing a lot of damage, but now he's got to back off. He's actually silenced right now. The Lina just missing with that Dragon Slave. Shoko trying to juke. They have no vision here. Tobacco looking for it, not able to find it. And oh man, he almost got a solo kill on that Lina, and that would have been devastating. But Shoko will get out alive, so good plays from him there. Blink Dagger purchase for Puck. And man,
definitely all of his dodging abilities on Lina's spell. I mean, not one of her spells hit him, which was really unfortunate for Rolo, but he did dodge them well. And actually, you know what I learned when I played Puck was that it's really, really hard to dodge Coddle's spells. Like it's almost impossible to dodge Illuminate with level 1 phase shift because it's just a huge ball.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta. I mean, that's why KZZ's so good at him. He just plays him and plays him and plays him.
Just gotta practice, put in practice, and I guess you'll be good.
Yeah, that's true. That's the story of Dota in general. Tobacco being chased by Shoko in Peru right now. He's got Refraction up on him. He's actually going to blink away smartly, not going to try to fight this. There's no tower here that they can sort of defend under. There's actually all 5 heroes down in the bottom lane right now. If Nand wants to, in 9 seconds, he can use that Naga Siren ult, but we will see it back here from Fnatic. Meanwhile, mid lane actually getting pressured right now, and Whitebeard doing a good job of pressuring while they're all bottom. They're going to rotate mid right now, and Whitebeard needs to get out of there. He has no blink right now. He has a meld, but in tower range, it's not going to matter. It's going to be in deny range, and it looks like it will go down, but he won't get the last hit, unfortunately. So it will get denied here by the side of Area 51. Good place to rotate in just at the right time, and so they're giving Fnatic very little and taking a lot in terms of towers and in terms of fights and things of that nature. At least that's the way it seems to me. If we look at the graphs, it's like 1,000 experience, and it's actually only 500 for gold in this side of Area 51, so still very even. I don't know, man. This is a close one, first time in a while.
I'm starting to finally notice, like, that thing that separates great players from good or okay players is, like, knowing when to fight. Like, maybe the mechanics is what, you know, makes you, like, it takes the difference from bad players to good players, but really, to be great, you have to know when to actually fight, when to commit, and when to back out.
And that's not just, knowing to commit, when someone tells you to. That's like unknowing, like, not even talking with your teammates and just knowing that that's the right moment to go in there and just sort of doing it. You can't always look for approval from your teammates. Yep, absolutely. And
I think Fnatic and Area 51 both do that really, really well, which, I mean, I don't think we can do.
No, I can't do it. God,
I don't think so.
Look, man, I just cast the games. I just cast, okay? Like, you can play your C9DL, and I'll just watch. That's fine. Rotation top from Fnatic. It is a smoke ink right now. They're trying to put some trickery up here. No sentry wards in the jungle for the side of Area 51. Whitebeard looking for someone over here, and they're not going to find him. Actually, they might actually find Kodal rotating up here if they stay any longer. No, he's actually just going to back there. He's a very smart maneuver on his part. He realizes that he might be in some trouble. Heading mid, Peru's actually going to get chased down. He's actually building a force staff of his own. Whitebeard looking. He's actually in the trees there. Peru down here with this ward. They're actually going to find him out. Peru will probably telekinesis to try to get out. There's the medallion. There's going to be telekinesis. It's not going to matter. Stormhammer's going to fly. There's the Light Strike Ray. Nice stuns going off. I don't know if there's anything he can do to really stop that. In fact, he can't. Sven will get the kill there, and that's a pretty important kill for Sven. Meanwhile, top, Nando Shi doing a lot of damage. There's the Dream Coil. Will stop Nando Shi from pushing here. Derp with Flesh Golem up. The zombie's doing a lot of damage. Nice Ice Path. There's the Song of the Siren. They're going to maybe try to kill this Tombstone while they had the chance, and it looks like they will be able to do so. Meanwhile, Whitebeard is actually getting a kill on the Broodmother down to the bottom lane. Now Derp is going to have to back off. There's going to be an illusory orb, but the ensnare is on him right now. There's a nice ice path. Tobacco looks like he will go down the phase shift, just trying to delay his death for as long as possible and letting Derp get out as well. So nice play by Tobacco. Despite the fact that he died, he let Derp get out alive, essentially.
Yeah, what we've seen from a lot of teams is when the other team picks on dying, they usually take Naga because as long as you sleep right when Tombstone goes down, you can kill it as soon as it goes down with sleep, and then you just unsleep, and there's no Tombstone to deal with, so you can just kill the other team.
And that's a pretty important pickup for them, realizing that they have that opportunity to do so. Interesting build for Smurf. Usually you see Warcry get maxed out with Stormhammer, but we actually see Cleave this time around, which is not surprising because it has happened in multiple games before. It's just something that I want to get your opinion on. Would you rather have the Cleave first, or would you rather have Warcry?
I rather, like, I think the reason he did it this game is because you can see how well he's farming. I mean, he has 97 last hits right now in the aggressive lane, which really isn't really that great for farming it. I mean, he farmed so well that he just took it. He realized that if he gets it now, he can farm even better. But usually, I myself would max Warcry.
Right, that's for an early team fighting lineup, like you said. But the thing is, he's not really been in too many fights. He just wants to get this farm. Like you said, he's going to look for that BKB, and it's going to be up on him relatively soon. He just needs the Mithril Hammer plus the recipe, so only a few hundred gold away. Rotation going to come in from Area 51. They're going to try to deny that BKB for as long as possible. Smurf realizing this, there is an illusory orb, does not morph into it though, and we actually might see a fight here with Naga Siren and both Derp up top. So it looks like it'll be a 4-on-4 if they do decide to go. There's the webs, there's the ice path that will catch Smurf, and he's going to take a bit of damage. There's the macro power, and that's actually going to be the path that's going to... Nice! Wow, that got them a lot of freaking spiderlings. That's a lot of gold right there.
I mean, that might have been the other reason he went Cleave, is just, if there's any spiderlings in the way, they'll all just melt.
Yeah, you see, just like takes down 2 with just a single swipe, and that's pretty important.
What we also saw was that Nandoshi? Yeah, so Pink, Naga, Nandoshi, he went for an early Vanguard to help him with the lane, and now he's going to just go transition to Manta, already picking up the Blade and the Band of Ellen skin.
Yeah, that's going to be Yasha relatively soon, and probably into a Manta, like you said. Templar Assassin, how's your farm looking? Where are you, Whitebeard? You're actually heading top right now with an Invis Rune. Still with that medallion, with the Blink Dagger. I want to see what White is going to go next. We'll have to find out in just a moment when he gets some more farm. Nan does have the Naga Siren in 27, but that's not nearly enough time because Whitebeard is here. There's no sentry wards. I don't know if Nandoshi realizes that something's happening. There's going to be a TP from Peru, and actually a rotation up here. We're actually going to see an ensnare here on Derp now. He's taking a bit of damage. He's in Flesh Golem mode. He's going to soul rip himself. He's going to try to decay as well. He's going to try to kite as much as possible, but he's in trouble. He needs to try to TP out. It's going to be difficult. Can he make it? No, not so. The Rubik actually getting the kill there. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin on the backside going to pick off Peru, and meanwhile, Nandoshi in a bit of trouble. He's got Song of the Siren, so nice mirror images there, and that'll save his life, actually. So the Song of the Siren going to come in, and it looks like Jakiro here as well. Whitebeard might be in some trouble. He's got no help. There's going to be an ice path. Nice blink, though, right on top of Jakiro. Excellently well timed. Whitebeard's going to take down Jakiro. Looks like Macro Power going to be popped, but that's not going to matter. And Nandoshi says, hold on, I've got lag again. And they're going to pause.
Man, Whitebeard is just sick nasty.
If I had to pick someone to play Templar Assassin for me, like in any game ever, it'd probably be Whitebeard. Like,
yeah, Whitebeard or Arteezy.
Yeah, or Arteezy, definitely. But Ferrari who? Like, come on, Whitebeard has been playing ridiculously well. Looking at the experience graph real quick, actually 3,000 going in favor of Fnatic. Looking at the gold, it's only about 500 right now, so still even in terms of gold, and that's kind of the important thing, I think, early on. And if Nandoshi can get some more farm, they can start doing some fights here and being pretty strong. Mech's almost finished up for this Keeper Light, just into the recipe, which he's about 150 away from. What else is going on? Rolo's had a tough game, missing a lot of the spells, but he's doing okay. He's only got 1 death. Tobacco with that blink, not much else on him. Only tier 1 boots as well. Sven has the BKB finish, just looking for some damage now probably. What do you think his next item will be, since he's got that cleave as well? Yeah.
I'm thinking he should get a Mask of Madness right now, just for that extra damage. I mean, we've seen it happen a lot in other games, but we do see it on pause, so we should get back into the game. I do want to mention that we did hit 300 viewers, so if you guys are just tuning in, this is Fnatic RC versus Area 51 quarterfinals of the GosuCup America.
Absolutely. And read it in chat. Shout out to Peru. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for enjoying some of your Area 51 fine Dota. And once again, they're playing against Fnatic, and this is a pro team. This is a team that's been strong, been playing for a long time. Orc and Malevolence actually finished up for that Broodmother, so that's also a very scary thing. She just moves so fast through those webs too, and that's like,
It's just so scary for Puck now that she has that Orchid. If he gets silenced in a fight, what is he gonna do? He doesn't really have any damage apart from his skills.
Yeah, I mean that's like the key component of part of Puck, and he's also relatively squishy as well, despite having strength treads. But yeah, if that Orchid does pop off, Shoko can get a kill rather quickly with Insatiable Hunger. So he does need to be careful. He's going to play back. He's going to try to get some farm with Illusory Orb. And he'll blink away as well. And Manta should be flying out right now, or not Manta, excuse me, Yasha should be flying out relatively soon. Actually seeing Whitebeard going for a heavy gank right on Jakiro. There's the meld damage. Oh, the Ice Pack juke just so strong. He's going to try to TP out, but it's not going to happen. Whitebeard is on an unstoppable streak right now. And if you're watching this and you're playing Fnatic or whoever in the next game, like if you're going to play Fnatic, like not necessarily in the next game because obviously this game isn't over, but like if you're going to play Fnatic, ban out Templar Assassin. Crew going to try to TP out. He should be able to get out just fine. But still, look at the damage of the Medallion doing so much armor reduction there.
Yeah, that was insane. But the question is Whitebeard a one-trick pony? Like, will we see him be able to dominate so hard on another hero, or is he just a TA all-star?
I've got to think that if he's played this much Dota, he's probably pretty good at some other heroes too. I mean, you know, Templar Assassin though is just such a strong hero, and I don't think you want to give that to one of the best players in North America. Yeah. So they're going to take this tower down right now, and actually mid, they're actually going to get a kill there on the Undying, who is actually in an unfortunate position. Nando Shi getting the last hit there, has the Yasha finished up. Level 13 right now. I want to actually take a look at the levels real quick. Templar Assassin, level 16. Everyone else is 3 levels behind Whitebeard, who's just playing absolutely sick. He's almost got 2100. I mean, he doesn't need another point tagger, but he could use something else. They're going to take this tier 2, it looks like. Yes, it is going to go down to the Radiant. Now Swerve in a bad position. The Orchid is going to fly out. He's in some trouble right now trying to get out. BKB is popped, but he's ensnared. So that does cancel the TP. He's going to try to turn around and fight this, but the Meg is popped, so they get the kill. Unfortunately, that the ensnare was still up, so nice play from Nan to realize that, yes, you have a BKB, but guess what? I've got an ensnare, and I'm going to, I'm going to kill you. So good play there.
Yeah, most definitely. What do you see? Rubik now picking up the Invis rune, and they might be looking at Roche. I mean, Jakiro's sitting in the pool, and he does aggro it.
They're going for it right now. I don't know if Fnatic has any idea, and without Sven for another 22 seconds, can they really contest this? It's not going down nearly fast enough, I don't think. We do see a Psionic Trap coming in from the side of Templar Assassin, so they know, and now Whitebeard is going to back off. Is there a song available? There is. Nice blink away. So he won't get ensnared, and now Derp going to back as well, but Telekinesis is going to lift him back up. There's going to be an Ice Pack. Derp will go down so quickly, and now they're going to look to probably Roshan again. Spartaling's actually doing a little bit of damage right now. Want to note that actually on the Templar Assassin there is a Chrysalis up on her, so the crit damage plus the Medallion will be very nice, but she can't do it all on her own. Looks like an Aegis will go to Area 51 if they can do this fast enough, but I don't know.
Yeah, Fnatic has no way of stopping this really at this point. Like, they're so far away, and Rolo's the only one close by, and he has really nothing to stop it.
Yeah, I think if they had... That's tough. Even if they had Derp, I don't think you can stop this.
Yeah.
You don't have Sven anywhere near your towers. The map control for the side of Area 51 is just, it's going their way just because they've got that dire advantage, which you hear about all the time. They have a tier 2 tower in mid, which allows you easy access to the Roshan pit, whereas the closest tower for the side of the Radiant, I guess, would be the tier 2 bottom, which is kind of a long walk. I'm pretty sure the distances are not similar.
Yeah, Whitebeard was holding his game really well for Fnatic, but now we kind of see that the Dire is getting an advantage. Area 51 is just kind of shutting down some of the control points that they need to be, and Whitebeard's kind of he isn't able to find as many kills as he'd like right now.
Yeah, he's not been able to gank as effectively. They're running out of room to work with just because there's not that, the towers are, there's only tier 2 towers right now. I mean, the jungle is open farm, but you see that nobody's in there. You see everybody's sort of mid lane or looking to push out another lane right now. They don't feel safe there. They don't have really any vision on the jungle, I should say, on the side of Area 51. Problem is that you've got some underleveled supports. Actually, well, you have the level 8 Jakiro and the level 9 Kodal versus the level 9 Rolo and the level 10 Derp. So I guess experience is not really that bad going the way of Fnatic right now. So really, they're just losing team fights. Well, they haven't really engaged in team fight, actually, now I think, but there's not been really any 5v5 fights just yet.
Yeah, not really, but we do see that TA and Sven are still dominating the net worth graph. So, I mean, if they keep this farm up, it's going to be really hard for the Dire side, Area 51, to continue the streak, as we do see TA try to initiate on the Broodmother Shoko, but he does get out just in time.
He's just so fast, even when he's not on his webs. He's just so quick.
Gotta go fast.
472, yeah, exactly. Gotta go fast. Like the Darkseer, essentially, but...
But he doesn't even need the skill.
With
He
6
just
more
has the
legs.
passive.
6 more
More
legs.
legs. I guess that's why they're starting to win a bit, because they have just so many legs.
Yep. I'd say so. And you were right on the Sven pickup. He does pick up the Mask of Madness, so that's going to be some nice damage. If we see some crit on him next, it could be pretty devastating. So we'll have to keep our eyes on what he tries to pick up. He is farming rather well. He's got 9k net worth, like you stated before, and he'll be able to cleave a lot of the camps rather quickly. I want to see if they are stacking these camps up. It looks like Rolo is going to start doing that job right now, or at least ward first. I'm surprised that they haven't stacked the Ancients just yet. Looks like they're going to do it, though. You see Rolo doing it right now, and that's going to be important.
I mean, most interesting thing is when we watch, pro games or even games like this where the teams are just so strong, is that the map is constantly lit up. Like, it just looks like Christmas. There's green and red wards everywhere, and that's a lot. That's like the difference between pro games and like pub games or amateur games.
Look at the ward spots on this map. They're like right across from one another here. As you can see on the map, there's like one there. The one mid doesn't have one counter across it, but then there's one over here with the trap. And the ward there, so like it's the wards on the river and that's it. No wards in the jungle, and pretty much anywhere. There's traps all over the map though. Like you said, it's like Christmas. Rubik and with the not traps necessarily, but also with the Broodmother spawning those webs. I don't know. Do webs give you vision?
Just a little,
Yeah,
just like the center of it.
It's like the trap vision essentially. I was pretty sure of that, but I wanted to ask for clearance first. I didn't want to say something wrong.
Yeah, we do see Rubik counterwarding with his illusion, so now it's not as many words on the map.
Yeah, they do want this map control, and this is why Rubik is so critical to have. I mean, when you can steal the traps first and foremost, and that's really important, and then just getting that trap vision is absolutely critical. So, I mean, they can put one in the Roche Pit if they want to. Meanwhile, we actually might see Smurf get initiated here from Nando. There's going to be Stormhammer. Now there's a silence as well from Tobacco. Nice bait going in as well. Nan might be going down here in just a second. So much damage from Smurf. They take him down. Is there a buyback available? Doesn't look like it. He's actually going for a Relic, and that's what he just bought, unfortunately. So no buyback available for Naga. Nice bait there. What happened was Smurf came in, he used the Stormhammer immediately so that he couldn't, like, song or anything out, and then the silence came from the puck, which, by the way, that is a... Where's that silence? How long is that silence? Oh, it's a 3-second silence, so that's a long silence.
Yeah, that was a really, really good counter initiation by the rather the Radiant side. I mean, they knew Naga was there. They knew he would try to do something on Smurf, and Smurf was just really, really great at reacting on it fast.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, they should be. Chrysalis is finished up for the side of Smurf. Daedalus almost done for the side of Whitebeard. Mid being pressured right now for the side of Area 51. Age is still up on the Broodmother for another few minutes, a minute or two, it looks like.
Top tower is under
Yeah, if Sven wasn't scary before, he's about to get real scary.
I guess after you get that Daedalus, I think you probably have enough damage. You probably build more tanky items, you think?
Most likely. I mean, after you have that Daedalus, you kind of just shit on teams. So really, you don't even have to build items. You can just save for buyback.
Absolutely. Once again, guys, this is going to be the GosuCup Americas. This is the quarterfinals between Peru's own A51, aka Area 51 Gaming, and of course Fnatic RC, the North American powerhouse. I'm Maut, this is Owen, and thanks for joining us, guys. I really appreciate it. And Fnatic playing a little dangerously up here in the top jungle right now, despite the fact they actually are missing a few people. Meanwhile, Peru going to take a lot of damage mid. We'll go down to the puck. Nice play by Tobacco there, and Broodmother getting a tower bottom. Split pushing, which is what Broodmother does best. So getting that tier 2 tower, and now pressure's on Fnatic. They've only got 2 tier 2s left, and they're actually going to try to take one of their own. Meanwhile, top lane, Whitebeard trying to get the kill on the freaking Jakiro. It just doesn't happen. I mean, it was so close. It was inches away from getting that kill, but it doesn't happen. There is a fortification available for this tower. They should be able to take it unless they do pop the fortification. It doesn't look like they're going to try to contest it. Rotation mid now, so split pushing from Fnatic as well. Meanwhile, Shaco trying to push in the base. He'll back off. Here comes Nand looking for a fight, maybe, looking for some damage. Tobacco will still, try to hit this tower. Phase shift as well, and here comes Whitebeard as well. Shaco has a long way to run. He has no TP right now. The TP will actually just get to him, plus a BKB as well. That's going to be important. And fortification is pop. Will they TP in with Broodmother? I'm not sure. Mirror illusions are pop. Will there be a song though? They're looking for one. They're going to try to TP out. There's the silence onto Derptip right now. BKB is popped on Shaco with the Insatiable Hunger. They're going to keep trying to fight. There's the Ensnare onto Whitebeard. He's going to take a lot of damage. There's the Telekinesis. Will they get the kills? The question they do. He has no buyback, no money. There's the song. They want to keep going. Derptip in some trouble right now. He's the only one there. Well, actually, I think Tobacco's there as well. Derp in some trouble. He's going to be going down. He's stunned for so long. You see how long that chain stun was, and he is dead. Jakiro getting that kill. Now they're going to look to maybe pressure this tower. Sven going to be split pushing at the same time, though, and he's very close to a Daedalus of his own.
Yeah, the reason that fight was a little one-sided was that Sven wasn't there, but I mean, he does still have that farm advantage, and as long as he finishes his Daedalus, and no towers really went down for Radiant, so he's still fine right now.
Dire's
Yep,
bottom
and he's going to
tower
TP
is
right
under
out.
attack.
And he's only got 2 deaths and only 2 kills, so not a whole lot of kills and deaths in this game. It's 13 to 11 at 32 minutes, which I've seen crazier games before, certainly, and actually Counter Ward coming in from Kalilia onto this rune spot here. They want to get vision of this ancient camp, which is really important for that Sven.
Yeah, not much stacking on... Oh, okay, never mind, I lied.
What?
I was like at the Dire side, but the Dire side only stacked their Ancients twice. I guess they're kind of scared of Sven taking it, but rather, on the controversy, we do see that the Radiant side stacked their camp a lot. Sven's going to probably take that soon and then probably take a fight right after he gets his Daedalus.
And another pause. Yep.
Sec.
It's often. Sec. That's right.
Sec,
Sec
as
is
always.
the universal sign of saying, give me 1 moment, please. I'm having trouble.
Usually much longer than a second.
I'm looking at the ping real quick. Once again, everyone's ping actually looks pretty good. I don't know what they're pausing for. There is a 3-minute delay, so if you're stream cheating, get out.
Maybe you gotta take a drink. I don't know. You gotta piss. Who knows, man? It's just a video game.
This is Dota, man. There's no
Dota.
pissing allowed in Dota. Get a jar or something. If you need a drink,
Get a
you should be
jar.
prepared before.
Get a tube with the fucking
Get a
chair
catheter.
clip.
Yeah, catheter. That's kind of gross to think about, but we'll just leave that in our viewers' heads. Rubik with the Force Death up right now has been relegated sort of that hard support role. Shoko with a lot of items on him has actually got that Orchid Malevolence with the BKB. We already talked about that. He's got 13 under the bank as well. Is there anything on the Courier is the question. There is a Radiance recipe, so Naga Siren getting almost just as scary as the Sven, if not more scary. So didn't go for that Manta style right away. We'll probably do so, unless she wants to build like Heart. Still has tier 1 boots. Does she always have tier 1 boots?
I don't know. I usually get mana boots, but the thing we want to watch out for is the next fight when both Naga and Sven have their item. Who will win? Like, it's really hard to predict at this point because Daedalus can destroy them, but what about sleep? What happens if Sven just gets chain stunned or in silence? What happens then?
Oh man, I don't know what happens then. That could be difficult for them to get out of.
Yeah,
I
we're
just
gonna
looked at
have to
the
see.
chat real quick.
Hi.
Just look at the chat. Though. Like, look.
Maut.
I can't. I'm sorry. I don't speak Spanish, so I apologize if you. If
Oh yeah, you
like
gotta
the
give
Spanish
me,
cast.
mod in the channel.
I
in
don't
case
have
I
the access
clear
to
it
do
up.
that. I don't think.
Oh yeah, you don't. You're your own mod.
Yes.
Frodito
Maybe
1995.
They'll understand that it's you. I'm out.
Moat. I like Moat.
Oh, like a moat. Like, okay. I gotcha. I see. Once again, thanks for joining us on Neo Dota here. This is Fnatic RC versus Area 51 Gaming. Peru's big team, apparently. I really appreciate you guys showing up for us. Once again, I'm Maut, and this is Owen. You can find me both on Twitch and Twitter. My Twitch is at twitch.tv/MautDota2, and Twitter's at twitter.com/MautDota2.
And you can find me on Twitter at Dota2Owen, and my Twitch is Owen Dota.
That's why don't you just keep it universal, man?
I don't know, man. When I made my Twitter, I guess I wasn't thinking, or maybe Owen Dota was taking. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know why that would be taken, but I guess it could happen.
Hey, man. I'm famous, okay? Everyone's trying to be like me.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I was
Absolutely.
thinking.
Yeah.
Just like I'm famous.
So famous.
Wait. So, pause, taking a bit of time here.
I think this Dota's like the one game where things are just paused forever.
Like, I'm
Like,
looking at the latency right now, and it's fine, so I don't understand. Okay, they said they're good.
Okay.
Smurf was getting a little upset as well. Understandably so.
I think Smurf is tired of carrying.
How can you ever get tired of carrying? Carrying's fun. I'd carry all
I don't
day,
know. You
really.
just gotta race all game, and hopefully your team doesn't fuck up early game.
When you play like a mid-game carry, like, you know, Sven, A, or Templar Assassin, they're having fun while they're doing this.
Yeah, it is so fun. But yeah, we are back in the game. You see Sven just taking out some broodlings. The poor spiders have nothing to deal with that cleave.
He popped his Mask of Madness as well to do that. He was pretty angry at those Spiderlings. He's like, no, get out.
Not too
Daedalus is
happy.
flying to him, by the way, so he's got that done on him right now. There he does have it up on him, and so there's 2 Daedaluses in this game, which means a lot of crit damage, which means that I don't care how much radiance damage you're doing, Naga Siren, if you get hit by Sven and by Templar Assassin, you're probably going to die. So you should keep that in mind.
Yeah, Rocha's up in about 3 minutes, 2 minutes, something like
Radiant's
that.
middle tower is
Yeah, like
under
about a minute and a
attack.
half, about 2 minutes, somewhere around there. That timer is not the most coherent.
Yeah, I have no idea what those numbers are.
Yeah, it's really hard to understand. Like, I think they try to make it look like
Double
a
damage.
foreign language, but at the same time make
Yeah.
it look like...
It's like 6 sevens or something. There's like 2 sixes.
Yeah, I don't
Radiant's top
understand,
tower
but you know
is
what?
under attack.
Enough. I mean...
It's a circle, it's enough. We
yeah,
got it.
Exactly. We understand that there's that amount of time left. Meanwhile, Nan trying to push into this bottom lane, or top lane, excuse me. Bottom lane's being pressured right now by Fnatic. All 5 are here. They're looking to engage. They've got all of their items. They're not going to wait any longer. And Smurf says, let's go. Let's go, team. We can do this. He has his BKB. He's got his mask. He's got his Daedalus, Templar Assassin with a lot of stuff as well. And actually, they're just going to back off. So forget what I said. Just completely ignore it. They don't defend the tier 2 top, and they let it go down to the Naga Siren. 13-11 is the score. I want to check out the graphs real quick. 12,000 going for experience. Wow, that jumped up quickly on the side of Fnatic. Gold, only 7,500, but now, like you said, we're starting to get to the late game here, and Fnatic has been farming way better than this Naga Siren has. Naga Siren's been trying to get, fight with the team, looked, roaming like they're doing now with the smoke. They're looking for a smoke gank at this point. Shoko using bait right now, and Whitebeard actually might be going for the kill here, and actually has a Gem of True Sight. Will not try to follow up, though. Mid... Derp has to be careful. Might see an ensnare. Will do so. Derp going to pop his flesh golem, and he's going to be in some trouble here. Telekinesis is flying out as well. Ice Path falling right underneath him. Derp will be going down, but Smurf wants to fight. Nando, she taking a lot of damage. Oh, the crit is just so strong. Lena coming in with the Laguna Blade. Oh, and the Smurf getting a double kill. Warcry is popped. They want to keep chasing. Instead, they're just going to avoid that Shakira Ice Path. He's got no mana right now. Well, he's got enough for Stormhammer, but it doesn't matter. They take care of 3. In fact, they got a solo kill on the Broodmother with Templar Assassin, and this is Fnatic's game to lose. They're going to head to Roshan, and they'll be able to take this in about a few seconds, especially with Medallion, and they'll watch how fast this goes down. Let's count it.
I mean, like I said, when Sven gets Daedalus, it's just so hard to deal with him. Like, what are you going to do? There's nothing.
Okay, this took approximately 12 seconds, give or take a second or 2.
Yeah, with only 3 heroes, though. Not even 5.
Yeah, that wasn't even 5. They didn't even have Derp alive. Not that he would have done much anyways, so... Oh boy, Fnatic, you are looking so strong. And even when they were pressured early game and had a tough early game, they still somehow find a way to make it, put the pressure on in the late game. And right now they're absolutely doing so. And this is 36 minutes isn't late game, by any standard. 36 should technically be mid-game still, but once again, you've got mid-game heroes like the Sven, like the Templar Assassin, so they're carrying this, and they'll be able to carry this into the late game right now, because Naga Siren can't get into farm, especially after that death, putting her back from her Mantis out even more, trying to get that ultimate orb up, and she's not been really... You see Naga Sirens with the Radiance, usually you get a Quelling Blade, you send your Mirror Illusions into the jungle, and you farm it up. She has not done that this game pretty much at all.
I really don't see why she got Radiance. I mean, there was no reason for it. It doesn't really do anything for her late game. It's kind of like early game pickup. We see Lone Druids get it. I mean, we see sometimes Naga get it like in the early game, maybe 20 minutes, like 15 minutes. But right now, it's not going to do anything. Like, what are you going to do against Sven who has crits like fucking 1,500?
Whitebeard looking to chase. Ice Path barely missing for Whitebeard right now. He's just going to try to get out up. There's the Orchid Malevolence. Rotation coming in from Nod. Whitebeard might be in some trouble. He does have that Aegis. They look to fight now. The mech is popped. Whitebeard looking for more kills. Shoko with Insatiable Hunger. There's going to be the sleep. Doesn't matter. Smurf going to cleave 2 down. Going to cleave more down with an Ultra Kill. Will it be Rampage? No. Whitebeard going to get the last kill. Absolutely unbelievable damage from Smurf, and that is the power of Sven with God Strength, with Warcry, with the Mask of Madness, and with their Daedalus. That BKB was perfectly timed. They wanted to fight it, and they just absolutely dominated that fight, and this should be a tier 3 in Rax. Holy crap.
Yeah, we do see Tobacco pushing up top as well, so I mean, he should be able to get 2 sets of Raxes here. With no buybacks, I'm not really sure what the Dire can do against this.
You got to give it up to Area 51. They played absolutely stellar. They played their hearts out. Early game, they played really well. They had a great start to the game, but Fnatic RC, just the mid-game power and pressure that they've been putting on, it's just been too strong. And the Sven, once again, showing his finesse in this game. Maybe see a little nerf on him eventually.
Maybe, but we do see that both teams were struggling a bit in the mid game. It was pretty even, but now that Sven did get, I mean, at the point where Sven got his Daedalus, I already told you what would happen, and that's exactly what happened. It was just too much that the Dire would have to deal with, and they couldn't handle it.
I guess saying nerf Sven is a little too quick right now. I mean, we haven't seen, you know, any real big, you know, competitive games. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin solo kill on the Shoko right there actually had help with Derp and Tobacco. Ice Path gonna fly out onto Smurf. He has his BKB available. They can look to fight this. Honestly, the Mega Creeps are there. They've pushed all of the Raxes right now. GG is called. That's gonna be it. Fnatic moving on to the semifinals. I believe this might be the last cast of the day for us. However, stick around if you'd like, and we'll get into the next game. And just for shits and giggles, Smurf will purchase up a Diviner. Once again, thanks for joining us here on Neo Dota for GosuCup America. We have myself as Maut casting for you, and Owen. Any final shoutouts, Owen, before we head out of here?
I want to shout out to Fnatic, RC, and Area 51 Gaming. Both teams played amazing. That was a really fun game to cast. Thank you so much.
I absolutely agree. So if we don't have another game to cast here for the side of GosuCup America, keep it locked here onto Neo Dota at 5 p.m. There's the Ultra Kill. Was that a Rampage as well?
I don't know, but he just cleaved all 5 of them.
He just, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Anyways, so yeah, if we don't have another game here for GosuCup America, 5 p.m. Eastern, we have the SECF playoffs, which will have a lot of great games and a lot of great teams, and look forward to watching that. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in a little while, at least.
Yeah, thank you guys.